Diana Ross's story began far from the bright lights of fame in Detroit, Michigan, where she was born on March 26, 1944. Raised in a close-knit Baptist family, Diana was the second of 6 siblings. From the very start, it was clear that Diana's life would be anything but ordinary. However, her childhood was marred by hardship. At just 7 years old, her mother contracted tuberculosis, and Diana, along with her siblings, was sent to live with her maternal grandparents in Alabama while her mother recovered. This was a pivotal moment in her life, a time that shaped much of who she would become. After her mother's recovery, Diana and her family returned to Detroit, where she would eventually begin to discover her own path. In 1958, the family made a significant move to the Brewster Douglass housing projects in Detroit. It was here that Diana's dreams began to take form, though not in the way many might expect. At Cass Technical High School, Diana aspired to become a fashion designer. She immersed herself in classes on clothing design, tailoring, and even millinery, the art of making hats. Her creative flair didn't stop there. Outside of school, Diana took modeling and cosmetology classes, a pursuit that was funded in part by none other than Smokey Robinson, her former neighbor and a rising star in his own right. But it wasn't just Diana's early work ethic that set her apart. It was her innate talent that would eventually launch her into the world of music. In 1958, Diana Ross, still just 14, joined the Promettes, a girl group that would later become one of the most iconic musical ensembles in history. The group's journey would eventually lead them to Motown, but that was still a few years away. Diana was taking her first steps toward becoming the global icon we know today, and little did she know, this would be just the beginning of a remarkable journey. Diana Ross's transition from local talent to international sensation began with her time in the Promettes. Originally formed in 1959, the Promettes were a girl group, first connected to the Primes, a male vocal ensemble. It was a young, ambitious group, and Diana's raw talent did not go unnoticed. The Promettes entered a talent competition in 1960 in Windsor, Ontario, and while they didn't win, they caught the attention of the right people. Among those was Robert Bateman, a songwriter and executive at Motown, who saw something in Diana's voice and the group's potential. Motown's iconic founder, Berry Gordy, was captivated when he first heard Diana sing, "There Goes My Baby." Gordy was struck by her voice and immediately saw her potential. However, he advised Diana and the Promettes to finish their schooling before pursuing a career with Motown. Undeterred, the group began to frequent Motown's Hitsville, USA, offering background vocals and hand claps for Motown's many recording projects, hoping to earn a spot at the label. In 1961, after a few personnel changes within the group, the Promettes were officially signed to Motown Records. But there was one catch: Gordy insisted they change their name. After much deliberation, Florence Ballard, a member of the group, chose the Supremes, which became the name that would forever be linked to Diana Ross and one of the greatest girl groups of all time. Despite initial reservations about the name sounding too masculine, Diana and the others accepted it. The Supremes were born, and their rise to fame would be nothing short of spectacular. In 1967, Florence was replaced by Cindy Birdsong, and Diana's role as the face of the Supremes grew more dominant. Despite their success, the internal strain within the group was undeniable. Diana Ross had always been the driving force behind the Supremes, but it was becoming clear that her star power was pushing the group towards an inevitable evolution. However, despite these struggles, the group continued to perform and record some of their most iconic hits, solidifying Diana Ross's status as one of the most influential voices of the era. But as the Supremes rose to fame, Diana's personal life began to take center stage as well. In 1965, she began a highly publicized relationship with Motown's founder, Berry Gordy, an affair that lasted for several years and was one of the most talked about topics in music circles. Their relationship, though complex and fraught with rumors, helped shape both their careers. Gordy was instrumental in crafting Diana's solo path, even though they eventually parted ways romantically in the early 1970s. The couple's relationship also had a profound effect on Diana's personal life, including the birth of her daughter Rhonda Suzanne in 1971, whose biological father was revealed to be Gordy years later, causing a stir in the media when the truth came out. In 1970, Diana Ross made the bold decision to leave the Supremes and embark on a solo career, an unprecedented move that would later become a hallmark of her career. Her solo debut, Diana Ross, 1970, was an instant success with hits like Ain't No Mountain High Enough, establishing her as a powerful solo artist. Despite her success, the pressure of maintaining her career while navigating the complexity of her personal life, especially her relationships, took a toll. Diana's relationship with Gordy, although strained, continued to influence her work, and it was through this connection that she would go on to achieve monumental solo success. 1973 saw Diana Ross release the album Touch Me in the Morning, which became her second #1 hit in the U.S. The title track, a sultry ballad, was another testament to her ability to deliver both heart-wrenching ballads and upbeat tunes with equal finesse. Her career continued to soar, and she was soon recognized as a symbol of glamour, elegance, and success. Diana's influence transcended music, as she became a fashion icon and one of the most recognizable faces in the entertainment world. Her style, grace, and stage presence made her a trailblazer for generations of artists to come. As the 1970s progressed, Diana Ross's impact continued to grow. She collaborated with other industry giants, including Marvin Gaye on the duet album Diana and Marvin, 1973, which became an international hit. The album showcased her ability to seamlessly blend genres, effortlessly moving from soul to pop and beyond. That same year, Diana made history as the first African-American woman to receive an invitation to perform at the Imperial Palace in Japan, a monumental moment in her career that highlighted her global appeal. Her 1980 album Diana marked another career milestone, with hits like I'm Coming Out and Upside Down capturing the attention of a new generation of fans. These songs became staples of the disco era and reinforced Diana's place at the forefront of the music scene. It was clear that Diana Ross wasn't just a product of her time. She was an artist capable of reinventing herself and influencing the direction of popular music. Diana's family life was always an essential part of her story. She had 3 children, Rhonda, Tracy, and Chudney. Her relationship with her children was often front and center, especially as her career continued to evolve. Tracy, her second daughter, followed in her mother's footsteps and became a successful actress. In fact, Tracy Ellis Ross, as she is known now, would later star in the hit TV series Blackish, which garnered critical acclaim. Diana's influence was evident in her children's careers, as they navigated the entertainment industry with the same grace and poise that she had shown throughout her own. Despite the setbacks, Diana continued to move forward, maintaining her status as one of the most respected and influential figures in the music industry. She used her experiences to fuel her performances and remain relevant in the ever-changing entertainment landscape. Her ongoing commitment to music, family, and her fans kept her in the public eye, and in 2004, she was honored with the Lifetime Achievement Award at the BET Awards. Even with the personal ups and downs, Diana's resilience was undeniable. She continued to perform well into her later years, and her influence only seemed to grow. Her timeless music and unforgettable stage presence became a source of inspiration for younger generations of artists, proving that Diana Ross was not just a product of the past, but a living legend who had shaped the course of music history. Throughout her career, Diana Ross consistently broke barriers. She was the first African-American woman to host the Academy Awards, an achievement that underscored her trailblazing status in the entertainment industry. She also became the first African-American woman to receive an invitation to perform at the Imperial Palace in Japan, which was a historic moment in her career. These milestones were just the beginning of a series of groundbreaking achievements. Her legacy is not only reflected in her music, but also in her numerous honors and accolades. The Supremes were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1988, and Diana herself received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 1994. Marking her immense contribution to music and entertainment. In 2016, she was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, one of the highest civilian honors in the United States, recognizing her unparalleled impact on music and culture. Diana Ross's influence extended into Broadway, where her life story inspired multiple productions, including Motown, the musical, and Ain't Too Proud. These shows chronicled the rise of Motown and celebrated her groundbreaking career as a member of the Supremes and as a solo artist. Her songs, such as Stop, In the Name of Love, and You Can't Hurry Love, remain iconic tracks, revered by music enthusiasts and featured in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's list of 500 songs that shaped rock and roll. Even as Diana entered her 80s, Her music remained timeless, and her influence continued to be felt worldwide. Her Thank You Tour, which began in 2022, reaffirmed her status as one of the greatest performers of all time, captivating audiences with her classic hits and undeniable stage presence. Diana Ross's story is one of resilience, artistry, and the power of music to transcend time and place. Her legacy will continue to inspire generations to come. Diana Ross's life and career have been a testament to the power of perseverance, talent, and reinvention. From her humble beginnings in Detroit to becoming a global icon, she has defied the odds and broken barriers in every phase of her life. Through her groundbreaking work with the Supremes, her extraordinary solo career, and her lasting influence on music and culture, Diana Ross has earned her place as one of the most legendary figures in entertainment history. Her influence reaches far beyond the stage. She was a trailblazer for women of color in the music industry and a role model for countless artists who followed in her footsteps. Diana's commitment to her craft, her groundbreaking achievements, and her ability to connect with audiences on a deeply emotional level make her not only a musical icon, but a cultural one as well. As she continues to perform and tour in her 80s, Diana Ross's legacy is far from over. Her music will continue to inspire, her story will continue to captivate, and her influence will continue to resonate across generations. Diana Ross is more than just a star. She is a symbol of enduring greatness, and her impact on the world of music and entertainment will never be forgotten.